Tuesday, the 20th of May 2014. The Triple M cars have arrived and are arriving at Ballachulish at the Isles of Glencoe Hotel, and prominent in the skyline is the Pap of Glencoe. The Isles of Glencoe Hotel, wonderfully situated at the side of the loch, overlooking the little islands in Loch Leven. An absolutely splendiferous starting point. Yes, a splendiferous starting point for any visit to the West Highlands of Scotland. And there's somebody just arriving. And there is the hotel itself, with a lovely situation sitting on the artificial harbour which the slate quarry people created long ago to load the slate.
1822.
1822, my friend says. Such a display of MGs at the Isles of Glencoe. There we are, the Isles of Glencoe Hotel, and most folk have arrived. And all the way from Holland. A lovely selection of Triple M MGs.
No, we don't. Well, I mean, use a bit of time.
And I think it's likely that this car may be the choice for several people to take home. Lovely little salonette. Salonette to make you salivate. Just quite delightful.
Those? No, I'll do it when I go upstairs.
Yeah, that's fine.
And tell me, are you happy with the turnout today?
Yes, of course. I'm happy with the weather. I knew what the turnout was going to be.
Indeed.
But I'm certainly very happy with the weather, as is everyone, and of course I take full credit, as always.
You lit sufficient candles. That's good.
Something like that.
Well, let's hope it stays dry the next couple of days.
The forecast is showers tomorrow, but we can live with showers.
Yes,
You just keep going, that's the secret.
that's right. Keep the speed up.
It's better if it's dry when we set out. That is the other secret. If it's dry when you set out, you can put up with just about everything, I reckon.
Good, good.
But if you come out in the morning and it's chucking it down and you've got to take the tonneau off and the seats get wet and No,
Thank you very much. This is
welcome.
just a wee bit for posterity, that's all. Good. It's Wednesday morning. It's wet. And everybody, by and large, apart from the salonettes, is going to get the benefit of this dreadful rain. The route now leads past Dallin's Bay, where there are lots of moored yachts, and on south towards Loch Crarran and Connell. So the Highland Stravaig is properly underway. And the cars are on the road, as you can see. Now passes over Connell Bridge. Connell Bridge used to be a railway bridge and a road bridge. And it looks down on the entrance to Loch Etive. And here are the Falls of Lura on the flood. Not very dramatic on the last of the flood, but on the ebb they can be quite something. It's 11:30 on Wednesday, the first day of the Highland Stravaig, and this is the most southerly point at Rain Gardens and the proximity of the Loch Melfort Hotel, where refreshments may be taken. One of the attractions of coming here is the famous gardens run by the National Trust, and down in the car park there are several coaches of visitors making their way to the gardens to see, at this time of year of course, a wonderful display of rhododendrons and azaleas. And this is the view that people come to Scotland to see. Looking down, Loch Melfort and the beautiful blue sea. That's good. What you've been watching is the steep little hill coming out of Kilmelford, and it's testing, particularly this hairpin. Here we are, here come another three to test this hairpin. Very sedate and competent. just in case you're wondering, the panel of judges have decided that that last climb was the best of the day. After having passed Lochavic and Lochaw, and indeed the power station at Lochaw, the cars are going to come through Glenorchy, a lovely valley of running water, bluebells, and lovely dripping trees. A river view worth coming all this way to enjoy. And there is the water in Glenorchy. What a sight! And when our West Highland Stravaigers come through Glencoe, probably the most menacing glen in Scotland, with of course a most menacing history, then this is the scenery that they have come to enjoy. And in case you were wondering, there's no shortage of water in Scotland in May 2014. This is day 2 of the Highland Stravaig. Folks are bound west today to eventually as far west as Castle Cheerham, but first of all they've got to cross the Carn ferry, so we'll see if we can get some pictures of that. That'll be good. It's a breezy day today, and the first of our stalwart MG drivers is arriving on the Morvern shore with the Carn ferry. So the cars are making their way along the side of Loch Linney. This is the coffee stop at Stravaig. And a well-deserved break after climbing the hill over to Soonart. Coffee stops are very popular. And just before we leave, this has obviously been a popular spot at Stravaig for people to take a break, have a cup of coffee, and of course the traditional comfort break. And the West Highland Stravaig has come to Glenfinnan, and one of the things to see in Glenfinnan, of course, is the famous viaduct where the railway to Mallaig passes over the glen. It's a fine setting. And of course the other thing to see in Glenfinnan is the monument, for it's here that Prince Charlie, Bonnie Prince Charlie, raised his standard and started the conflict which we know now in Scotland as the 1745 Rebellion. And as ever, the cars take a bit of interest from visitors who never expected to see them in this location. And by the look of things, we've come to the end of the Highlands Stravaig and everybody's going home.
Straight across.
I think he runs for this.
So short of having dinner, the West Highland Stravaig is just about complete. So tomorrow, all the Triple M MGs will say farewell to the Isles of Glencoe Hotel, and hope to be back and visit bonnie Scotland sometime again. That'll be tomorrow morning for a send-off and a hopeful return for the future. As they say in Scotland, haste ye back.